Good morning. How are you? It's MJ. I just did a live Facebook share and it was about the full moon, which we've just had. I'm a little behind on these sort of update, but guys, I just live in the flow. So it's kind of like any video. It doesn't timeline, like linear timelines really don't matter. Any video that we find for us is meant for us in divine timing. So some of you guys might randomly find these shares like 6 years from now, but if you're finding it on your journey, then it's probably relevant to you somehow, some way. There'll be some juicy nuggets that empower your path to freedom, that help you feel like a more happy, feel good, enlightened human being. So what really came through about this collective shift, and certainly for me in these last couple of days in these full moon energies, is like we really are birthing, manifesting, making manifest the new world, like the new karmic cycle. So there's still residue, so you could see cycles as always kind of like always are kind of crossing over each other. So this whole year, couple of years, we've been cycles have been coming into completion. And then we're really at this time now, this like turning point month, right? The 6th month of the year of this number 11, the year of mastery and the year of rebirth, right? Or birth. So we're shedding old skin, transforming energetic patterns of the old, of density, of lower frequency, and moving into higher levels of creation. And so for a lot of us on the path, we've been suddenly feeling a lot better, a lot more expanded, new opportunities coming in. And as a crossover, we're still clearing the old. So like, just being straight up, I'm still looking at false projections of men. I'm still looking at I'm still reviewing those energies of betrayal and denial and manipulation, really kind of dark and twisted mental energy that just twists us up inside, right? So I'm still clearing the residue of that, as in my own mental discipline of just not going over these stories again, and ultimately moving forward, walking away from them, visioning my new life constantly. So in the present moment, just staying focused on the one. I did the share about the one the other day, didn't I? So like being the one creator of the life that you desire. And like the thing is, we have to live it. You can't make excuses for yourself or other people. You can't go into other people's minds and make them think a certain way so that they act in a way that pleases you, and then so it's like relinquishing all external form of manipulation and control, mechanical manipulation, relinquishing all of that to step into your full soul sovereignty. And so when we step into our full soul sovereignty, we change the game of life, like fully. And this is what we're birthing now. So I had a moment with my best friend and business partner the night of this is the evening of the 27th, and she was like, Malls, come check this out, come check out the moon. And we were stood there, and I almost wanted to cry, but I didn't, because I was just feeling so blissed out and awesome. And not that sometimes you can feel blissed out and awesome and have a good cry too, but it wasn't there. The tears weren't coming, but I just like kind of looked at her and I was like, oh my God, Katie, this is it. Like I feel like I've just been like, life is so hard on this mission, running really hard, like transforming, going through cycle after cycle, like, and then finally, like, it was like reaching to this woman, this kind of fierce woman who aligned with the Viz, who aligned with all to love, like who already knew everything in the book and knew who we are, and like grabbing onto each other and being like, we're here, wah! And like once you grab hold, acceleration, intense manifestation, and then boom. That's what I call in the book crystallizing. So you imagine, you vision, you meditate, you do all this work, you do all this emotional work, and then eventually the vision crystallizes. It like, I've been using the word anchors in. It anchors in, or it just drops in, it grounds in, right? And now it's like on a whole new level of creation, I'm fully vibrating. It's already done. because it is. Like, the stuff that we're endeavoring or are creating, it's being created for us, and just day by day by day, and it's all pure flow. There's no, like, at this point, we've made a firm decision of not going down any kind of conventional marketing tactics, because those industries literally just trigger the shit out of us, because it's parasitic, let's be honest. Like, marketing and insurances, that's all feeding off of people's insecurity and fear. So Ultrala's not doing any of that. This is pure. We're just going to show up for you guys. And then, okay, so full moon energies, it's a little bit what I'm talking about is that we're stepping into like a new world, in essence. And there's like a massive tidal turn. So, okay, we all hooked in law of attraction. We want to become manifestors. We're all taking more responsibility. So with this collective shift, it's like the tide is being pulled out, right? And so maybe for years, some of us have been feeling this like, what's happening? The water, the tide is being pulled out, and I'm not sure when I'm going to see the water again, and some of us might hold on to some rocks. Some of us might try to find a dinghy. Some of us might try to link arms with other people as the water disappears, right? And then we're just sit there like, what the actual fuck is happening? And now, this full moon, and again, planet, if you guys should look into it. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, I could offer you some resources about different astrologers and people like that I really dig on, as far as giving us a reflective version, i.e. we are the planets, so giving us a reflective energy version of what the planetary alignments are doing to us on an individual level, but also, they're not doing it, but it's, again, energetic exchanges from totality or perspective of oneness. So everything around us, the planets, this planet, one another, are reflecting back to aspects of self, creation to self. So sometimes when you look at astrological alignments, it can give us clarity on what we're going through, i.e. maybe having to have difficult conversations, or maybe having to break family patterns, maybe having to start a new project, whatever. All of that can be affected. Like, there's all this retrograde activity, and there's all this solar eclipse and lunar eclipse activity, and so there's like boom, boom, boom. Like, we're literally being bombarded with shifts, with perspective shifts. With it's not going to be like this anymore. It's going to be like this anymore. You are great and so funny. The last few weeks, Pepe. Honestly, the last few weeks I've had like. I've been in a funny old mood, but I'm feeling frisky and fresh, to be honest. It's fantastic. So basically we're in this belt of really shedding the old shit, maybe still having to look at residue patterns, seeing old people, seeing old places. I'm definitely having that, like people from 6 years ago getting in touch, and then people from 12-year cycles leaving my life, and then even things like visiting places, like for some reason I end up didn't even think I was going to, and then I was on this road, and then on this road I end up seeing this place, one of the earliest places in London, England that I lived in way back in the day when I was partying and doing lots of cocaine and had no money and stuff. So that, exactly, guys, look at la la la, being of light, love, light worker, and like most of us have just these shady, intense, dark past of like, why? Hence the global new paradigm, hence all to love, hence transformation, because oh my god, I would never go back even to like 2 months ago, because I'm just so thrilled to be who I am today, right now, right here now, and even just so thrilled to be so thankful here. And that's the thing about clearing residue, breaking patterns of the old, energetic density, limitation mentally, that stops us from standing in our authentic truth, that stops us from being the integrated, embodied being that we are, and then moving forward in that direction. So this tidal energy shift, so I was saying about the water going out, and how like a lot of that shifty water, some of us have known. So we've been watching the water go out, going, okay, I'm going to have to get ready for this. So I'm going to have to meditate lots. I'm going to have to relax, and I'm going to have to get clear. I'm going to have to be an expressive, organized channel of clarity and love and light for the masses when the next wave comes. Now, the next wave is here. And so those of us that have been doing the work, it's like we're feeling the energetic tidal wave. It's going to start to come in. Now, we don't want to freak out like everybody else. We want to prepare our dinghies and have holdings, have spaces, have people. And that's ultimately how I feel Ulta Love as a movement represents, is that we're here to hold space for the collective when the emotional lids start to explode. And again, it's happening. Like, even though this immigration stuff, guys, this darkness, this like ripping families apart, this children being victims of war, this has been going, this is just the world as far as we know it. This has always been going on. But what's happening is that one of those initial veils, like I talk about my early spiritual awakening, so a lot of us, we had those veils get lifted 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and have been kind of bumbling alone through life. And then with the internet, there's more and more teachings, there's more and more expansion, there's more and more of us reflecting back, like, yeah, this is actually true. Like, yeah, we are creating this. Yeah, we have to not focus so much on that. We have to focus on this. Let's focus on the new paradigm. Let's focus on love. Let's focus on beauty. Let's not be ignorant to the fact that there's pain, i.e. we have to feel the pain of our own story and our own collective of past projection, but then keep rising and keep moving up. So that's the juice, that's the nugget of this share ultimately with regard to this full moon energy, is that we are now really calling in the next level. We're opening ourselves up to receive the energetic work that we've been in process of creating for the last cycle, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever. And now we're just finally grounding in enough to let it come in. And so that's what I'm really feeling in these times. Not as much for me heightened reactivity, but a grounded presence that, like, I never even thought I was able. It was, patience has always been such a thing for me. And now it's like everything, every opportunity, every person, every situation that comes in, it's like, okay, just sit with that. But it took a lot of energetic transformation. It took a lot of profound emotional work, and that's why my Facebook share today was really about, like, men being vulnerable and me opening my heart to let men break down and cry, and, like, because none of us have it all together. That's an illusion, and pretending like we do just fucks us up, basically. And breaking down all those, like, paradigms of, or you know, those projections that hurt each other and hurt one another. We don't have to be like that. You know, we are all whole. Every single one of us are whole. Every single one of us has shades and spectrums of vibration and points of attraction. We're all total. That's the thing about wholeness. It means totality, which means darkness and light. It means love and hate. It means the polarity of infinity. Like, oh my God, it doesn't end. It doesn't end. It doesn't end. It just keeps going. And this is the truth of life. So it keeps going. It's all paradoxical because I'm happier than ever, but life looks nothing like what I ever imagined. But it keeps getting better, but it's never what I imagine it, so that I imagine and think I know less. I want to share all the time with you guys about insights, and the heart. It's just the heart is free. The heart is open. Knowing self. To thine own self be true. That's really all there is, isn't there? I know, sometimes I, like, have other juicy nuggets, but then it kind of disappears. So I hope that was useful to you guys. I gotta get my apartment ready for Airbnb guests this weekend because I'm at the Fezzy. Pepe, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, my friend. You know, YouTube, I just, like, this is so cool and fun. I really look forward to one day just meeting all y'all, like having some kind of get together in Indonesia or Sri Lanka or something like that. Pepe, you have a beautiful, beautiful day. I look forward to seeing you real soon. Take care of yourself. Bye.